Today we're going to be talking about 45, 45, 90 triangles. And if you look, two of the angles are the same. So this is an isosceles right triangle where the angles are 45s, two sides are the same, and it's a right triangle. And the cool thing about 45, 40, 90 triangles is they are all similar. So no matter what my triangle is, it's going to follow the exact same pattern. And to figure out the pattern, it's actually really easy. So think about like a simple triangle. We want to make it small, just easy numbers to work with. So we're going to say this is a side of 1, side of 1. Those are equal. Let's find the hypotenuse. So since it's a right triangle and we have 2 out of 3 sides, we can use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now this is my hypotenuse, so that's my c. So I have 1 squared plus 1 squared equals c squared. Well, 1 squared is 1, and 1 squared is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So to solve for c, I got to take the square root of both sides here. Square root of c squared is just c. And I can't simplify the square root of 2, so I'm done. So this is the square root of 2. So the simplest triangle for a 45, 45, 90 triangle, or the rule, is 1, 1 for the legs, square root of 2 for the hypotenuse. And then every single isosceles triangle, isosceles right triangle, follows the same pattern. So if I had a bigger triangle that was 2 and 2, I could figure out this missing side by doing 2 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. So that's 4 plus 4 equals c squared. Square root both sides, and I get 4 times 2. I want to break this down. So c equals 2 radical 2. So you might start to notice a pattern here. If this is a 2 and this is a 2, I get 2 radical 2. If it was 1 and 1, I get 1 radical 2. So if I had a bigger triangle that was 5 and 5, this would be 5 radical 2. So they all follow the exact same pattern, and it makes it easy to solve these triangle problems when we know we have an isosceles right triangle. So let's flip to the inside left and look at our first example. So I've already started drawing this diagram, but it says in triangle GEF, G is the right angle, so make sure G is the 90 degree, and then just go around the triangle, the E and F. It says FG equals EG. So right away I know that this is isosceles and a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So I want to find the length of EF in simplest form. So EF is here. Well, if I know this side is 10 and it's equal to this side, it's also 10. Now the easiest way to do these, you could use Pythagorean theorem, or you could think about the rule triangle that we just figured out. It was 1, 1, radical 2. And now we just want to make a proportion. 10 matches up with 1. So 10 over 1. Because they're similar triangles. They're both isosceles rights. 10 over 1 equals x over radical 2. Then I could just cross multiply and solve. So x equals 10 radical 2. So we just figured out that missing side using that rule triangle. Now, if you were stuck and you forgot this rule triangle, so if I get stuck, I can use just properties of right triangles and the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So say you're on a test or quiz, and you forgot what this rule triangle looks like. I could still do this problem, just do 10 squared plus 10 squared equals x squared. It's 100 plus 100 equals x squared. So x equals the square root of 200, which is 100 times 2. I could take the square root of 100, that's 10. Can't take the square root of 2, so I leave it. So it's just more work, but you still get there. I think this part is easier. So if you use that rule triangle, it helps you every time. If not, you could definitely use the Pythagorean theorem. All right, so take a second, pause the video, try the one on the right on your own. I'll press play and show you. So if I'm looking at this triangle, right away I see it's isosceles, right? So I know it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So my rule is 1, 1 radical 2. So if I do 12 over 1, I'm trying to find this side, equals x over radical 2, because those match up. X equals 12 radical 2. Now you might be saying, I could just figure that out in my head. That's 12, so that's 12 radical 2. And you can, but a couple times it gets a little harder. That's why I wanted to practice drawing the rule triangle, because if we look down here at this problem, number 2, it's a little more complicated, but if we follow that rule triangle, it makes it easier. So this one has a hypotenuse of 8. What are the missing sides? So I gotta find these sides. Well, I know my rule triangle is 1, 1 radical 2. So I'm going to set a proportion, x over 1 equals 8 over radical 2. Now anything over 1 is just itself, so x equals 8 over radical 2. So that one's pretty easy. However, we learned in the beginning of this unit, we can't have a radical in the denominator. So we want to rationalize it or simplify by multiplying by the square root of 2 over square root of 2. Get that radical out of the denominator. So square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just 2. And on top is 8 radical 2. Now I can simplify the 8 divided by 2, and that's 4. So I'm left with 4 radical 2. So when it gets a little more complicated, like I'm finding a leg, I still use that proportion to help me out, just like in the problems above.